Avengers Infinity War is a great movie, and I love it. But I thought that I would write my own version of Avengers Infinity War. And no offense to the directors Anthony and Joe Russo, I love the movie. But I ended up writing this after Black Panther, so I didn't have enough time, and so I have to explain that I still love the movie. And so I thought I would just make this now while we wait for Avengers 4. So the movie starts off in the ship that we see from Thor Ragnarok with all the Asgardians in it. And then we see Thor, which is fighting some Outriders while using some lightning and a few punches. If you don't know what the Outriders are, they're basically the aliens in the Battle of Wakanda at the end of the movie. And then we see Loki coming out of a portal with his 2 daggers stabbing some Outriders. Then we see Korg and Meek killing some Outriders, and Meek is in his robot body because he would just die immediately if he wasn't, so I'm just going to pretend that they got some scraps on the ship and they end up making Meek a new body. Then we see Valkyrie kicking butt, and also we see Heimdall kicking some butt. And then we see Hulk doing what he can do best, smashing. And yeah, everything's just basically all the main characters from Thor Ragnarok kicking butt. But then Thanos comes through a portal with an empty Infinity Gauntlet saying, "I've come here for the 2 stones." And he's talking about the Tesseract and also the Soul Stone, which in my version is in Heimdall. So everybody charges at Thanos, but then Thanos makes a fist, and then they all fall to the ground. Then the Guardian ship arrives with, of course, the Guardians of the Galaxy getting out of it. And so they all charge at Thanos, and Thanos makes a fist again, but then Gamora's still standing, but then Thanos ends up giving her a really hard punch to the ground. Then he picks up Heimdall and then puts a hole in his chest and then gets the Soul Stone. And then he also has the Tesseract, which Loki gives to him. And then Thanos later crushes it like he does in the movie. And then Thanos is about to leave through the portal, but then Hulk comes in, ready to smash and kill Thanos, but then Thanos ends up beating Hulk. And by doing that, Hulk ends up turning back into Bruce Banner. And so Thanos escapes, but the Guardians of the Galaxy offer them to help them stop Thanos and get the Infinity Stones before him and get some reinforcements. And so on the ship, Star-Lord asks where to go. And then Thor responds back with saying, Earth. And so they go to Earth. And so on Earth, we cut to a scene where we see a few people robbing the bank, and we see Team Cap minus Bucky and Scarlet Witch, because Bucky's in Wakanda and Scarlet Witch is in Scotland with Vision. And so they basically beat up all the bank robbers, and then Iron Man comes in, and so there's a War Machine. Cap apologizes to Iron Man, not telling him about Bucky killing his parents, but then you would expect a huge fight going on, but then Iron Man says, I'm sorry too for starting the Civil War. And then the Guardian ship comes out, where we see the Guardians come out along with Thor and Hulk. And so the Avengers have a reunion minus Black Widow. She'll pop up in episode 2. But then Loki comes out and all the Avengers are ready to fight him. But then Thor's just like, don't worry, he's good. And so they're all convinced and they could trust Loki. But then Ant-Man asks, so where do we go now? And Loki responds with, we should go to the God of War. Once they arrive, Thor is confused because he asks, aren't you a frost giant? And Loki responds with, I thought I was, but he is my true father. And then he tells him about Thanos, and Kratos agrees to help them. And that is the end of part 1. I hope you enjoy, and stay tuned to watch part 2 or episode 2 or whatever. Bye.